I bought these nightstands for $40. They were scratched, outdated, and needed a lot of work. But after refinishing them, they sold for $525. Today I'm refinishing this pair of nightstands I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for just $40. And when I look for pieces to refinish, I try to find ones that are already in good structural shape. And that said, actually you end up making more money because it takes less time and work, and you've got to remember that time is money. So here my little guy is helping me scuff sand with 220 grit, but before sanding, always remember to make sure that you clean your piece with a degreaser, and this is the one that I use. I actually get it from the Dollar Tree and it works great. Here I'm sanding the tops completely to remove the old finish and smooth everything out. Now I'm moving on to the tops. For this part, I'm using Old Masters gel stain. It's in the color Natural Walnut, and I paid about $20 for this. Here's an antique dresser that I did for my mom for Mother's Day last year, and she actually really liked it. And it's in the same exact gel stain as I'm using right here. Next, I'm using one of my favorite tools, an osculating tool. It's super handy. And I'm cutting the base of the nightstands to remove this curve and give them a cleaner, more modern look. Here I'm applying Bullseye 123 primer using my foam roller. And one thing I like about primer is that it can actually help reveal areas you might have missed during prep, like small scratches or spots that need a little bit more sanding or filling. For this project, I'm using Sherwin-Williams cabinet and furniture paint in the color Cocoon. Another reason I like using this paint is convenience. I'm usually at Lowe's anyway picking up materials, and they can color match just about anything, which is really helpful when refinishing furniture. This is the first top coat of the color going on, and one thing I've learned is that it's always better to apply thin coats and build them up instead of trying to cover everything in one pass. Next, I'm applying the top coat using polyacrylic max. Usually I apply this with a paintbrush, but this time I decided to try a foam roller, and it actually worked great. It went on really smooth and it helped keep the finish nice and even. For the inside of the drawers, I like to use Howard Feed-In Wax. It helps condition the wood and brings back life into it. I didn't get footage of doing it on these drawers, but this is how I usually apply it on other pieces. Another product I like to use is Mohawk Slide Ease. If your drawers aren't opening and closing smoothly, you can apply this to the drawer slides and it really helps them glide much better. For the hardware, I picked up this set on Amazon for about $20. Swapping out the hardware is one of the easiest ways to update furniture. Here is a reminder of where we started. I'm really happy with how these nightstands turned out. The updated base gave them a cleaner look and the gel stain tops added some really nice contrast with the paint. One of my favorite things about these nightstands is the hidden drawer. I picked these nightstands up on Facebook Marketplace for $40. After about $85 in materials like hardware, liner, paint, and supplies, they ended up selling for $525, which made the profit right around $400. Projects like this are one of the reasons why I enjoy furniture flipping so much. You can take something that's a little worn out and turn it into something that looks completely different. Here are a few other furniture pieces I've refinished. Some of these started off worn, outdated, or just needing a little work, but with some time and effort, they were able to be completely transformed. Furniture flipping is something I really enjoy because every piece is different and it's always rewarding seeing how it turns out. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy furniture flips like this, consider subscribing to 615 Flips to follow along with future projects.